Hi everyone, I'm AJ Smith for SmartAsset. We're joined today by Beverly Harzog, who's going to talk to us about credit cards and credit debt. Beverly, what's some advice you have for people who may find themselves in credit card debt and feel like they're stuck?
You know, that's a really common feeling. I mean, when you're in credit card debt, it's an awful feeling. You feel like you're a loser. You feel like you're the only person that's ever done this. And that's just so untrue. I mean, I've been in credit card debt myself and got out of it. So the first thing that I recommend you do is just take responsibility for the debt. And this is harder than it sounds, you know. Stare down your debt is what I like to say. Look it in the eye and own it. And once you do that, you'll be able to move forward and make a plan of action.
And you've done it. You mentioned it. You've been in credit card debt. You've gotten out of it. What's the next thing that people should do? What's that step they should take to follow your lead?
Well, the first thing you should do is, look at all of your credit card statements if you've got, more than one, if you're carrying more than one balance, and add up your debt. This is going to be painful for many people. It was for me. I mean, I needed a glass of Chardonnay to get through my credit card statements. But you want to look at all the numbers. You want to write down your interest rates. In my new book that's coming out next year about credit card debt, it's called the Debt Escape Plan. I have a worksheet where people can just write down their debt, the interest rates, whether or not they're current on payments, all these things you have to consider. And then once you do that and you've just got it down on paper, then you can make a decision about how to proceed.
And you've done it. It is possible,
yes,
right?
It's absolutely possible. And I hear from readers all the time. I have a blog. And, a lot of them tell me my first book was Confessions of a Credit Junkie, which was the story of how I got into all of this terrible debt. And then I just wanted to educate people about credit cards. But I got so many emails from people saying that they loved Credit Junkie, but they wish they'd read it before they got into debt. So that's why I decided to do a book about just credit card debt. And I know people feel terrible about it. And yes, you can come back from it. You can. Once you accept the responsibility and then start working on a plan and stick to that plan, you'll just be so energized when you see the total debt start to come down. That's what will get you over the hump. I used to get a thrill from spending. I used to get a big adrenaline rush from that. And when I was paying down my debt, I started to get that same adrenaline rush from seeing the total go down. So that was just very exciting. I think people would be surprised. It's not as bad as you think it'll be once you have momentum going.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Beverly.
Thank you.
Beverly's proof you can do it. Thank you for watching. I'm AJ Smith for SmartAsset.